Hi, this is Rob. Again, I'm going to show you how to do a change a wheel bearing on an old Craftsman lawnmower. First, you want to take this hubcap off. It just pops off with a screwdriver, straight head screwdriver. Now, I already did this bearing, but somehow I was in the process of uploading the video. I screwed up the editing somehow and I deleted the video as I was trying to edit the video and then upload it. So I'm kind of reversing what I did because this is already the new wheel bearing. What happens on these mowers, this is an old mower from Craftsman prior to 2010. I think this mower is 2008. It may even be 7. It's model 917-377-030. What happens on these mowers is the bearing, the outer bearing, the bearing looks like that. That's the inner bearing. Inner bearing doesn't seem to be the issue. But the outer bearing, as you can see, looks much different than the inner bearing because all the pieces wore off. This piece here used to be part of the bearing. And then there used to be a front piece on it. And all these pieces that I have here are not washers. They were all at one time part of this bearing. So how I noticed this went bad is as I was cutting the grass with it one time, the wheel just flopped right off as I was going along. Never seen a mower do that before. But I replaced the other side several years prior. But this bearing made it obviously a few years beyond that. So I'm kind of reversing what I did here to show you. This bolt is a 9/16 bolt to take off the wheel. Loosen it up. Pull the wheel right off. That's the new bearing. That's a new bearing. This is a washer. Right behind this washer is an O-ring. That O-ring goes on first. Then that washer goes on. You don't normally have to replace those two things. They don't normally go bad. It's the bearings that go bad. Now these bearings press in by your fingers. You can lube them up and press them right in. That's the inner bearing. That's the outer bearing. Make sure before you put in the outer bearing though, to remove this piece that usually gets stuck in there after the old bearing is shot and breaks away. This piece will look like part of the wheel. It's not. Take a screwdriver and pry that piece out or you won't be able to get your new wheel bearing in. So you do that, press these bearings in, lube them with some kind of lube. You'll only be able to lube them on the outside. So just do that and lube the axle right here and the drive gear. And then just slide the wheel back on. It's very easy. It's an easy fix, and just put your bolt back on. And again, this is the only mower I think I've ever seen this happen, where you're just mowing along and there goes the wheel right off. It's kind of funny in a way, but kind of aggravating as well, because when you order these parts from Sears in the past, they weren't. The shipping was more than the part. So, and you had to order them, and then just take this hubcap and pop it back on. And that's it. That's how you change the wheel bearing on an old Craftsman lawnmower, a dirty old Craftsman lawnmower. This one's seen many miles. Still running strong though. And hopefully I'll get a few more years out of this thing. But anyway, that's how you change the wheel bearing, the rear wheel bearing on a Craftsman legacy lawnmower. 2010, prior to 2010, and it probably applies to a lot of other models that had this bearing from Craftsman, or even maybe some other brand like Husqvarna. I'm not sure who made the Craftsman mower. I think it was Husqvarna. I'm pretty sure. I'm not positive on that. But I'm sure this will apply to other mowers that had this kind of bearing setup. So if you got something from this video, give it a thumbs up, and thank you for watching.